Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anis Akilah binti Zainal Abin. Okay, first, I will present on the introductions of this assignment. Almost a couple of years, most of the country in the world has been affected with a serious virus infection disease of COVID-19, including Malaysia. The virus of COVID-19 is very dangerous and can cause fatal. Due to these issues, it has affected the economy of Malaysia. The economic activities are disrupted, and in a result, it could paralyze the position of company in the private and government sectors. Almost all of the industry in Malaysia facing a downturn in their income, especially the tourism and hospitality industry. Next, I will continue to the impact of COVID-19 on selected tourism and hospitality industry branches. Both industries plays an important role in an economy because it has largely contributed to the development of Malaysia country. Due to the current issues of COVID-19, the tourism and all related activities being restricted to be done. There are variety of Malaysian tourism and hospitality branches that has been badly affected. First is transport and tours operators. It was a vital element as people need transport to reach their vacation destination. This pandemic has resulted in a decrease in travel by ground, air and water transportation modes. Airlines, along with pandemic, Malaysia has lost of 10.9 billion ringgit and also lost another 2.1 billion from airport operators. Cruise transportation, most of visitors have cancelled their booking as the visitors are fearful to enjoy their travel on cruise due to the infection of COVID-19 everywhere. Railway transportation, their revenues and passengers have also been significantly dropped. Tour operators also one of the tourism services that also been affected. Due to that, the company need to stop their operation until the infections reduce and stable and the situation will be back safe. Second, accommodation and food services. Both accommodation and food services include businesses that provide housing and prepare meals, snacks and beverages for customers to consume during their vacation. There are several of them include hotels. Recently, the overseas entry were banned, so the international tourists cannot come travel to Malaysia, and it had caused many hotels are struggling to survive. In early 2020, it was recorded for over 170,000 hotel room booking had been cancelled in Kuala Lumpur. Overall, the local hotel sector is projected to lose their revenues for 3.3 billion ringgit. Not only that, the result also been the losses for a large amount along the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia and even the world. Restaurant, it has also been badly affected during this pandemic due to the tourism and hospitality industry were blocked to be operated. Most all the company has run out of money and the economic survival will also decline. Last one is other related branches include event travel, culture, sport, entertainment and travel technologies companies. The staging of the worldwide event has become more unpredictable and uncertainty and caused many festivals and events that are vital to local places have been cancelled as well. Malaysian distribution system, online travel agencies and online booking platforms are also being hit by the crisis due to the significant slowdown in transaction. For example, Agoda, a biggest Asian online booking platform, forced to downsize their businesses by lay off their staff due to the pandemic COVID-19. Overall, the pandemic COVID-19 has really caused trouble and seriously hit the Malaysian economy, especially tourism and hospitality industry. Okay, that's all from me. Next, I will pass it to the next presenter.
Now we will proceed with the impact of unemployment. In year 2000, tourism receipt in Malaysia conquered up to 10 million for the first time. With the income gain, government can improve to better management and restructuring the infrastructure. This result to higher employment as we need more workers to work on the improvement. But however, we have difficulties with new pandemic COVID-19 and because of that, MCO was enforced by the government to control the spread of COVID-19. Government placed seat restrictions during MCO, including restriction of visitors and foreign tourists coming to Malaysia. The existence of COVID-19 made we lost estimated more than 100 billion till December 2020. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia data, the tourism revenues had decreased around 85.2% in 2020, as we can see in the first bar chart. And the second one is the data from January to September 2020. Malaysia received only 4 million tourist arrivals in 2020, decreasing about 78.6% compared to 20.1 million tourists in 2019. And the third bar chart in terms of tourist spending, Malaysia recorded a decrease of 80.9% from 2019 to 2020. As we can see from the chart, the highest unemployment rate is in May 2020, amounted 5.3%, which equivalent to 38,143 persons had to quit work. So the data above is 1998 till 2020, measuring the current situation with other infectious disease of previous cases such as malaria, H1N1, Nipah virus, and more. This COVID-19 disease is the most impactful on the economy. As we know, Langkawi is one of Malaysia's most popular tourist destinations. Till December 2020, tourism industry in Langkawi suffered 1.7 billion ringgit losses. For tourist area like Langkawi, almost fully relying on tourism sector, and the targeted customer also from the tourists. Total of 22,000 activists and industry players have suffered loss of 47 million ringgit, which losses from the theatre performance and ticket collection. Companies unable to generate enough revenue to cover all their debt and can't afford to pay workers' salaries. Therefore, many workers have salaries cut and even laid off, or even worse, the company had to close down due to huge losses. When people lost their income, they will only spend on the necessities, less spend on the unnecessary product. They choose to save the rest of their income. This leads to unstable cycle in the economy because not all people works for necessary product company. So the business sector that produce unnecessary goods can survive, and this also leads to higher unemployment. According to Malaysia statistic data, there's 80% actively unemployed, which indicate that person who are actively looking for jobs diligently but hindered by this current pandemic. This increased demotivation on persons who cannot afford to find any job because the current job opportunities are very limited. Companies also try to minimize their liabilities and just to make sure that they can survive in the market. The 3 to 6 month emergency saving didn't enough to cover the 2 years of pandemic. Most people are stressed. They were forced to be unemployed without no choice, sudden loss of their beloved families of COVID-19 infection. Besides, this unemployed might involve in any immoral activities such as crime. However, this pandemic also gives positive impact on tourism where the digital platform has been created such as eCraft, Bazaar and Go Gallery. That's all from me, so we can move to the next presenter.
So next, I will move to national income. In economics, national income can be defined as the total income received by all economics agents in the economy based on the goods and services provided in economy in a certain period of time. Tourism and hospitality industry play a prominent role in economic development, and the increase in the tourism may positively influence economic growth. So in Malaysia, the impact of the spread of COVID-19 on several revenue-generating industries, particularly tourism, which has so far been expected to result in annual losses of RM51 billion. So, government estimate total loss in the tourism sector from January to February 2020 is RM3.37 billion due to coronavirus transmission. And government estimate Malaysia gross domestic product GDP to decrease by 0.8% to 1.2%, which is a decrease of RM10.8 billion to RM17.3 billion. Next is hospitality industry has been mainly affected due to the policy of stay at home and social distancing imposed by most government and by cancellation of booking. So, countries that have heavily depend on their tourism sector may experience massive recession in the labor and the GDP of the country, including in Malaysia. So, the main subsector involved with the tourism sector are health, financial, construction, trade, air transport, accommodation, food and beverage, transportation and communication. Thus, all such subsectors are negatively influenced by the decline of the tourism sector. So overall, during COVID-19, national income are negatively affected because of the decreased operation in tourism and hospitality industry. That is half the backbone for economic growth.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Mustafa and I will explain about the initiative for surviving COVID-19 pandemic in terms of tourism and hospitality industry. the tourism and hospitality industry has suffered a significant negative impact directly from the economy's downfall. Due to this pandemic, the government has introduced new initiatives and extended existing ones for tourism and other sectors that are affected by this pandemic. This is to help this industry to survive during this hard time. The first one is the stimulus package under the Pemerkasa. Pemerkasa is standing for the Government's People and Economic Strategic Empowerment Program. Some of the initiatives introduced by the government are they has extended the exemption for tourism tax and services tax for hotel accommodation, and the individuals who purchase the tourism package are also eligible for tax relief up to 1,000 ringgit. Besides, the companies in the tourism sector are allowed to delay the payment of monthly income tax for the period from 1 April until 31st December 2021 under this package. The next initiative is launching of Siri Jelajah Semarakan Pelancongan Domestik, which is only eligible under the Recovery Movement Control Order, RMCO. We are only allowed to travel between RMCO states and must be organized by government-registered tour agencies and also obtain prior approval from the police. The third one is Pemulih Package. Pemulih stands for National People's Wellbeing and Economic Recovery Package. This package provides the extension of the 10% electricity bill discount from October to December 2021 to operators of hotels, local tourism companies, as well as travel and tour agencies. The other incentive by the government is Penjana. Penjana, also known as Short-Term Economy Recovery Plan. The plan related to the tourism is called Penjana Tourism Financing, PTF. The purpose of the PTF is to support Malaysian small medium enterprise, SME, in the tourism sector. In short, the purpose of the financing is for working capital and capital expenditure. For example, confined to renovation costs and investment in new standard operating procedures to operate in the post-COVID environment. Capital expenditure for property purchase is not allowed. Besides the initiative from the government, the tourism and hospitality industry itself should make some improvement so that they are able to survive during this COVID-19 pandemic. The industry need to do improvements and put some creativity to attract customer. As for now, the hotel operators can offer package from the hotel, while restaurants offer a variety of meals for delivery. The next one is the hotels in Malaysia be used as quarantine center. The revenue earned for hotels from this initiative may not be sustainable in the long run, but at least it is still better than getting no revenue at all. Lastly, travel agencies have come up with digital travel or virtual travel package using augmented reality. For example, Melaka Crocodile and Recreation Park, TBRM, that had been promoting the visitation to Taman Buaya via online. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, because of the pandemic, these industries are more focused to business domestic because of some reasons such as travel bans, border closure, event cancellation, quarantine requirement, and a fear of spread has placed extreme challenges on tourism and hospitality sector that cause losses to the industry and at the same time decrease in national income revenue. So, the continuous increase in the number of unemployed persons was partly due to review of business strategy in tourism-related industry, which consists of accommodation and services, passenger transportation, entertainment and recreational activity. So, to cover up the cost, agencies such as Pemerkasa, Siri Jelajah Semarakan Pelancongan Domestik, and Penjana are doing their responsibility well by providing many initiatives to increase their profit in this industry and national income revenue.